Enterprise is brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
And welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm April Martinez.
And I'm Paul Lopez.
Good morning, Belize. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Good morning,
it's
Paul.
Hump Day. Good morning. How are you doing? I feel like we've been seeing each other a lot this week.
What's so funny about you saying that? I was just thinking about that on the drive. That we haven't really been hosting that much for the past year because I do Mondays and Fridays, and you do Tuesdays and Thursdays with Sab. But I think we're making up for last time because we used to host all the time. So always a pleasure to be here on the morning show with you. It's always a pleasure
to be here with you as well, April.
And with you, our lovely viewers.
Indeed, and of course, our lovely viewers who wake up every single morning and make this morning show their morning show of choice. We couldn't do it without you all if we didn't have any viewers watching.
We wouldn't have a show.
Well, you could still have a show. A lot of people have a show without viewers and nobody watching, but they feel like what they're saying is important.
Is it a show?
It's you may call it a puppy show. If a tree falls in
the forest and no one hears it, does it make a sound?
Well, yeah, that's I think you got too deep for me, Paul, Wednesday morning, right?
But you're absolutely right. We do always have to thank our viewers, and what I love about them the most is that they're not shy when they see us in the the streets, and they tell us what a good job we're doing, or they comment and they say, hey, we really need you guys to touch on certain topics. And so we always appreciate our viewers that talk to us in the comments below, tell us what they're thinking, and basically have that conversation online with us. And speaking of topics, Paul, it is Wednesday morning, so let's just jump straight into some buzzing topics for today with our What's Buzzing segment. And so for a couple of things, what's buzzing, I have been scrolling online and just seeing what the people are talking about, not just in Belize, but in international news as well. And I just kind of saw this this video that was circulating. I think it was Monday evening, I believe, and it was at Donald Trump working at McDonald's for, I guess, a morning or something like that. But it was a surprising thing for me to watch, not just the former president of the United States working at a McDonald's and serving people, but the fact that he's a quote-unquote world-renowned billionaire serving at a McDonald's. Did you see this?
Yeah. Do you honestly believe that he's doing this to show a servant heart, or more sort of a publicity
it's
stunt
one of those
in
things
his political
where
campaign?
You remember back in the day when politicians would be walking around shaking hands, kissing babies and all of that stuff just to show what a relatable guy he or she is. This is it right there. This is showing what a relatable guy I am to the working class.
It's timely in terms of its virality, if that's a word, because the elections scheduled for a couple weeks from now. And so that's a heated race right now. I think some polls are showing that while Kamala Harris was took a strong lead in the polls initially when she took over the presidential campaign, that Trump is slowly inching his way back, and now, like you said, they're neck and neck. So we see the man, they flip some burgers, and Belizeans are definitely tuned into American politics and what's taking place there.
I found it rather funny though, because it sounds like this was kind of like a jab at Kamala Harris to in a way, because
well, like a black job?
No, like a job in the side.
Oh, a job, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
because they have these petty arguments, just like every single politician everywhere in the world, where Kamala Harris made a comment saying that back in the day when she was in high school, I believe, that she used to work at a McDonald's to make ends meet and to, but she was a working class, right? Yeah. And so this is him saying, well, he doesn't believe her and that he never heard of her actually working out at McDonald's. And so this is him just kind of like taking a jab at the fact that she never worked there. And so I think surprisingly, that's the same McDonald's that Harris claimed that she worked at. So he's just being petty while also trying to be relatable.
I know that a lot of a great deal has been made about the Belize City mayor, and bring it back to Belize City, saying that we need more franchises in Belize City, in Belize City. So maybe they bring a McDonald's to Belize, but the question is if we'll see our politicians flipping burgers at a local
or putting pizzas in the pizza oven at this bar at the Sbarro's
Maybe we should petition for a McDonald's so that we could see PM and the mayor flipping some burgers.
I saw you guys talking about that, and I know that we have other topics to discuss, but just want to throw in my 2 cents. Every time I am abroad and I tell people we don't have franchises in Belize, that is probably one of the most amazing things about us. That we don't have franchises, that we are free of that, I guess, American influence of having these franchises in our country, because we give way for Belizean businesses to grow. Everybody tells me that it's so great that we don't have franchises in Belize. So I don't know. I am that person that says we don't need it, but
I don't think it's such a bad thing, because what franchises bring are systems that are advanced and very convenient.
For who?
For consumers.
But and don't we have that already?
We don't. We don't have systems where you could order conveniently. Perhaps Lee Johnson being an exception. Well, Chicken Express, you still have to go in, or you make a call and then you still wait for the food.
But I feel like those systems can be put in place.
They can be, and I think we're working towards that. Yeah. But these franchises already have these systems, and so when you go to America, for example, and the convenience of ordering and the timeliness of getting your food.
But that does also come with hiring new employees, getting the resources to upgrade your technology, and all of that jazz.
So
you could create investments into businesses that are already here, so they could put those systems in place.
Theoretically, that sounds amazing.
It can happen, though.
But it's not happening.
But this is competition to make it happen.
Right. So bring the established chains, 1 or 2, with these systems. They have the blueprint. Bring the competition and force our local government and our local systems to advance their operation.
But I feel like we have persons, and this goes back to conversations about the rise of BPOs taking jobs from specialized companies and so forth, right? It comes to effect when you are saying, oh, well, these places are giving jobs to other people and so on. But if you're going to talk about coming in with a system and so forth, why not hire persons that are already here to provide consultancies to businesses? And
I think we have the skill set. And the thing is, we have the skill set, but we're not doing it. And sometimes you need a little bit of fire lit under your in order to take the necessary steps and say, you know what? We really need to step it up, because we've become so complacent.
That's true.
With how things have been, and that's why we hail the American setup and system so much, because when we get over there, it's so convenient. But they're not realizing that it can happen in Belize because we have the skill set, but we don't demand it here.
One of the reasons, and I really want to hear from our viewers, right? I really want to hear from our viewers what you think, because I recall Subway didn't work. I recall KFC not working.
Because of the time. time.
It's not just because of the time. There is a particular economic balance in Belize where our population is not large enough to sustain chains. And one of the problems with places like McDonald's, Subway, and so forth, their system works because those countries import what they need. Belize, when we had Subway, we couldn't put our meats because there is a standard for the way Subway does their food. So we couldn't do our meats, our vegetables, and so forth, meaning that we had to import stuff that we already had and pay, what, $20 for half a sandwich? No, it's not going to work out in our favor. And I'm no economist, but I also know that our growing population and the GDP that we have right now cannot sustain franchises at the moment.
I hear that argument. April, but at the same time, that argument goes only to an extent because you have certain Caribbean nations with populations that are smaller than Belize. I think let's take St. Kitts, for example. They have, if I'm not mistaken, a couple American food chains, KFC being one of them. A lot of Caribbean nations
but remember,
actually.
A lot of Caribbean nations
smaller
need to
populations
in order to sustain their population. We don't have to because we're connected to a larger landmass where our imports should be cheaper.
Right,
so we don't have to.
In fact, the import should be cheaper from the U.S. to Belize, and that.
But our taxes are insane.
I'm saying where population is concerned, there are smaller populations in the Caribbean with food chains, American franchises, and so it's been successful.
But is it sustainable, and are they able to afford it? Can Belizeans afford $10 a slice for sparrow? Can Belizeans afford?
Actually.
Okay, so can Belizeans afford these things? And that is my biggest question. We're getting some comments saying the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, they all said Belize is unique for being independent with franchises. We provide it all using our own local food and drinks.
And the person that wrote that from inside a KFC while eating a two-piece leg and thigh with fries and a nice butter biscuit.
But you know what? So we have some of our viewers, as Sonia is saying, it is said to buy in Belize and build Belize franchises come to take our money out of the country. That's true. Those big franchises don't need Belize.
What about employment?
And listen, you can create other businesses for those employments and leave the money home. It is one of those things where we're talking about we want to build the private sector, right? This is a great opportunity for competition to build that private sector. When you're talking about investing in businesses to build Belize, you're talking about investing in small mom and pop shops, small businesses, MSMEs, and so forth. This is the opportunity to do that, not just to say we're going to give you a restaurant, but like you said, create a system in place that is convenient for the Belizean population. So if you're going to write a proposal for a business, this is the technology that I need, this is the resource that I need, and these are the human resources that I need. And
I'm all for that.
Continue to build.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
I really want, I know this was not the conversation we were supposed to have, but we should take it out to our viewers. I believe I saw an influencer, 5 Minutes with D, post that question as well, and she had a lovely blog talking about Belize being independent, the pros and cons about having franchises in Belize. So I do want us to continue having that conversation, because if you are going to complain about prices going up for rice and beans, but you're going to buy $13 for a slice of Sbarro's pizza, we need to understand the balance of our economic system.
Yeah, it's preference. I think it's you have to give people the option at least. Listen, open the door. Bring in the McDonald's.
I would not open the door and bring in the McDonald's because of the E. coli problem that they're having at the moment. If you never sit up as well.
Yeah, okay. I did in fact see that.
But we do have to move on with our What's Buzzing topics, and we do want to keep this conversation going, guys. So tell us your thoughts in the comment section below.
April, talking about prices, cost of living, and economy. Have you seen recently the cost of renting a property or renting a home in Belize City?
Yes, that's why I haven't moved to Belize City.
It has it's ridiculous to say the least. And me being a renter, I hold my head many days when I think about my next step in terms of whether I want to go to the bank to get a mortgage, because reality is I don't have all that liquid cash in my pocket to go and purchase a house right off the bat. So thinking about my next move is whether to go and get a mortgage to build a house, or to find somewhere more spacious to rent. And then you start looking at the market and you start looking at what's out there, and it's like, whoa. You're talking about 2-bedroom houses with, or apartments, in fact, with 1 bathroom that starts from anywhere around $900. And these same structures could go all the way up to $2,500. So yesterday, somebody started an interesting conversation online. In fact, Manny Ortiz, he's an attorney at law, and also an avid social media poster or content creator. And yesterday he said something that struck a chord with a lot of Belizeans, especially the younger Belizeans. And this comment started a thread under the post. And basically he's saying that as I said earlier, that these 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom houses can cost anywhere between the range of $900 to $2,500 in Belize City. And he's like, well, compare that to the monthly salary of the average Belizean, and you'll notice that most of us simply cannot afford to rent in these, especially in these urban areas, Belize City, Belmopan. So the question he posed is, who are these property owners, and in some cases real estate agents, really marketing to? Are they marketing to the average Belizean, perhaps more Belizeans in an executive level? Are they marketing to an outside audience, a foreign audience, perhaps the Americans, etc.? And it brought, for me, some serious questions. But here he raised an interesting point. He said that there's a Rent Restriction Act currently on the books. I haven't gotten a chance to look at it, but he's saying that this attorney is saying that this act was created to protect consumers from excessive rent, but that there needs to be some amendments and adjustments to that legislation.
This brought me back to the conversation we were having yesterday with the Belize City Council when it comes to the new trade license agreement and so forth, right? Because now we're seeing how certain persons that are renters, hotel business and so forth are going to price their businesses, right? Because it has to be
because
at this
you put
where the profit is and revenue is being made.
Yes, and perhaps an approach.
And I wonder, yes, for this, because I was reading this, Paul, and I said, yeah, it's one of the reasons why, one, I haven't moved to Belize City because I honestly can't afford it, and two, why I am still living at home. Because I can't afford it. Yeah, it's a very
it's a reality. I don't think that
sad reality
that a lot of young people are talking about, and perhaps where some of us aren't open to talking about it because we feel as if we speak about being unable to afford something, it bodes bad for us. In that it looks like, all right, so you clearly not make enough money, or your financial situation not as good as this person or that person that you may be in the same circle with, and so sometimes we prefer just not to have the conversation about what we can afford and what we can't afford. I have the conversation
all the time because it is, I think that one of the things that we don't like to discuss in Belize are religious practices, politics,
finance,
and money.
Yeah, and
we don't like
money.
to talk about money. And I am somebody that is vocal about the fact that I invested in my education, and as much as I have no regrets about that, the buyback is not what I had believed it would be. So for somebody like for somebody that has an education, a bachelor's and associate's degree, that should be making at least
and should be able to afford
should be able to afford rent. Rent. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about a mortgage because I don't like rent. I don't like right? I want to be able to have my own.
But how young is too young to tie yourself to a mortgage? And I know people say, well, you get a mortgage when you're young because because you got a lot of time for pay it off. But at the same time, you're so young and you've already tied yourself to this huge debt that you'll have to face on for decades to come from such a young age.
But Paul, so it happens with student loans. It happens with student loans. So students are faced with debt from before they're 20 years old, and because they now have to work so that they can pay off that loan, they're not able to afford rent. They're not able to afford anything. I want to say this on TV because I have no shame about it.
Okay.
The last time I tried to get a mortgage, the banker looked at me and said, "Do you maybe have a partner that could assist you with this because your salary is not enough?" And I looked at him and I'm like, you mean to tell me as a single young woman with such and such a degree and such a job, I can't afford a home?
You have a master's degree,
I have a
right?
master's degree. But it's one of those funny things where we're living in this society. Where at our generation, this was something that I really wanted to discuss yesterday in our mental health conversation, because at my age, my parents already had our home. They already had a mortgage. They already had a vehicle, but that is showing you the cost of living and the influx of inflation. Because we can no longer pay those prices. We are no longer paying those prices that your parents used to pay when they first get land, when they first get mortgage. And our salary is not increasing because we are not having these high-end paying jobs in the public sector. Majority of people work for the government, and majority of your taxes go towards paying salaries. So it's not going up, it's not increasing. You're not getting an adjustment to be able to afford life. And I'm so sorry, but if you mean to tell me that I have to prioritize just paying my bills and not living my life, that is a huge issue for me.
Well, a part of it has to do with personal financial management as well.
Very true.
I firmly believe that you as an individual have to take responsibility of your finances, understand your financial position, honestly, and spend wisely and budget wisely. But at the same time, I know, for example, there was one home that was up for a rent in Buttonwood Bay as an example this week, and I think this is what sparked the conversation. Nice 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, semi-furnished, own yard, fence.
$2,000 a month.
2,000, not 2,000, right?
Oh, that's not too bad.
Right. So I don't dispute the value of a lot of these homes, right? Especially when you think of, the rooms and got AC and all.
Yeah, the utilities are important.
Right.
Internet
So
now.
I don't dispute it, but at the same time, can we afford it? No. And so who are we building these structures for and refurbishing them for to rent? Because obviously we aren't this younger population, the BPOs, even us in these positions aren't able to afford these
it's so
homes.
funny. So I'm looking at, I'm reading some of the comments, and persons are saying I can't pay rent and buy coffee from Starbucks if they come.
Yeah, well, true.
And,
choose one.
We have another commenter that Michael is saying the bank needs to give people more affordable mortgages because it's sensible to pay to own than pay high rent. Absolutely true. The interest rate for some of these loan organizations are extremely high. So even if you are able to afford the actual cost of your mortgage, the interest that you pay is what, 7-9%.
Yeah, scratch your head,
that
because then
insane.
If you pay a $700, a $300, they go to interest, and then they're like, what? And then some of the more affordable homes now that we're talking about for rent, they're just unlivable.
They are.
They're like really, you really they put that up for 400 for people living
in Belmopan, and I love that somebody said it, because I was just telling Paul that I think Belmopan does have the highest cost of living in the country. It says Belmopan rent is ridiculously high, and most places are not even worth the price that they ask for. Very true. I have seen certain apartments, Paul, that are 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, living, dining, and kitchen in one. $800, $900. That's not like that is selling for that's not for a family. You know, our producer is saying that here in Belize City, she is a 1-bedroom and it's what, $900. But it's one of the reasons why the cost in Belmopan is so high is because it is a lot of where the government persons that have jobs, they go to rent. It's the hub for that. Where I am a little bit shocked about is that most of these areas are around the University of Belize. And those areas are extremely high to rent. Why would you rent so high to students that can't even afford proper tuition? This costs more than their actual tuition for the semester.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of those conversations we'll continue to have, but quite an interesting topic, April, and I'm glad we had
indeed.
it this morning.
I please, in our comment section below, to all of our viewers, tell us what you think. Tell us if you agree or disagree with us. We would love to hear from you, and of course, we would love to continue this conversation with our What's Buzzing topics, but we do have to continue on with our show for today. So let's hear from the folks at the Belize National Meteorological Service with that weather update.
Good morning. A light northeasterly airflow prevails and will support sunny skies with cloudy spells today and partly cloudy skies tonight. A few showers will develop along coastal areas today and over northern areas tonight. Showers will be isolated elsewhere. Showers will continue isolated Thursday, except for inland areas in the afternoon, where a few more will develop. Winds today along the coast and over the open seas will blow from the north and northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be choppy. Low tides will occur at 9:35 this morning and 8:02 tonight. High tides follow at 3:59 this evening and 2:37 tomorrow morning. Temperatures this afternoon will peak at 78 Fahrenheit up in the Maya Mountains, 84 along the coast, and 90 inland. The moon will set at 12:04 this afternoon, and the sun will set at 5:25 this evening. In the sargassum forecast, sargassum impacts are expected to remain minimal for the next 2 weeks. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected in the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, or Gulf of Mexico during the next 48 hours. And that's the latest from the Belize Weather Bureau. Do have a pleasant day.
And that's our weather update for this morning. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to jump right into our show for this morning. And here's the lineup we have in our first segment. We'll be joined by Honorable Tracy Panton, who will be talking with us about being elected as the interim leader of the United Democratic Party in a historic Alliance for Democracy National Convention.
Interesting, Paul. In our second conversation, we do have our friends from Cellular World coming in to discuss their promotions and deals for their 20th anniversary.
And then in our third segment, we'll be joined by the crew from the Belize City Council, who will be talking about the upcoming Super Sale Anniversary Edition.
And in our fourth conversation, it's a very interesting topic to discuss, but we'll be hearing about the Singles Connect, hosted by Hakim Shipyard.
They're always up to something over there.
We're going to find out what's going on with the Singles Connect, but we got to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be having that conversation with newly elected interim leader of the UDP, Tracy Panton. We'll be right back.
Elmer Show, ay join jik ahelak sa Kopal Tree Lodge, keronik ahelan ay lain sa Kopal, kakui bartending kakui an keronik manulain. Lain ni usara Belize Bank mobile app, hanak na usara uta ana ATM, outing card. Arang kay balbas changkiro na sa usare ut kolore na notification chira phone na mensah pas. Arang utaki na kolore tak kala harup chitumin sa usare. Ut arang utanaw nak sa chabilo wang gatumin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
Cellular World is the authorized Samsung distributor in Belize, and they offer 1-year local warranty on all Galaxy devices.
Cellular World always has the best tech deals countrywide.
Get 3 or up to 7 years warranty on all Dell technologies because Cellular World is the authorized Dell partner here in Belize.
Like these good folks, rush down to Cellular World for the best tech deals such as cell phones, TVs, tablets, speakers, business products, and so much more. Visit any of our stores in Belize City, Belmopan, San Pedro, and now in Orange Walk. Or shop via our virtual store through Facebook and Instagram. Or WhatsApp us at 615-5141 to find out more.
Are you a dynamic and charismatic personality with a passion for storytelling? Do you have a unique voice that captivates audiences and a talent for bringing stories to life? We are looking for fresh faces who are energetic, engaging, and natural in front of the camera or microphone. If you are passionate about acting or voice work, we want to see what you've got. To register, email producer@channel5belize.com or call 670-6068.
Take control with My Social Security, your secure online account to manage all your social security information. To create a My Social Security account, you must be 14 years or older and have a valid email address. Visit the My Social Security self-service portal at ssbportal.org.bz. Click on Create Account. Enter your date of birth and phone number. Next, verify your email address to continue. To verify, simply enter your email address and click the Send Verification button. Enter the verification code sent to your email inbox to proceed. Next, create a password that meets the requirements. Enter the name and select a reason for your account. Then click Create. Your My Social Security account was successfully created. Your information security is our priority. If you have a social security number, click Link My SSN to link your social security number to your account and activate using the steps in your confirmation email. If you do not have a social security number, click Register with SSB. You are now ready to truly experience social security at your fingertips.
And welcome back. This is our first conversation for this morning, and we have joining us on set none other than the Honorable Tracy Panton. She's the representative for Alberts, and on Sunday she was elected at a convention to become the interim United Democratic Party leader. Good morning, Ms. Panton.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
I first want to give a big shout out to all our UDP supporters who attended the convention on Sunday, and of course our delegates. And you know, I have to say hello to my people in Albert. Good morning.
No.
Good morning, Belize.
Ms. Panton, good morning again, and of course good morning to all our viewers as well. I'm having a hard time. We're having a hard time here, and perhaps you could provide some clarity for us. We're having a hard time with titles. On one end, the National Convention that was held on Sunday declared you the interim leader of the United Democratic Party. On the other end, the Honorable Moses Shine Barrow says he is the rightful and only leader of the United Democratic Party. The challenge we're having is a straightforward question. Who is the leader of the UDP?
On Sunday, October 20th, the United Democratic Party held a national convention, petitioned by 232 delegates of the party. At that convention, the former leader, Honorable Shine Barrow, was recalled, and I was elected as endorsed as the interim leader for the United Democratic Party. I am the leader because the delegates, 347 of them who came to that national convention and 334 who said, yes, we need a leadership reset, voted by secret ballot for me to become the leader of the party.
I just want to, I want you to take me back, because we've had this conversation before. To quote your constitution for me, because that's not something that I have privy, where this convention is legal and sanctioned by your constitution. So if you could perhaps maybe share that information so that we can get a better understanding.
So the constitution of the party says in essence that 25% of the delegates of the national convention can petition for a national convention to be convened, and once that happens, the convention will be convened. Now, 25% of the delegates would be 132. We have 528 delegates now registered. 232 delegates petition for the convention to be held. And the chairman, who in my view has exercised extremely poor judgment, and in my view has shown a gross dereliction of duty and care to his responsibility to the delegates of this party, decided he would not even look at that petition.
Because that's a part of the process,
right?
In the natural course, that, right? Is it for him to look at the petitions?
No. If he gets the petition and he verifies that the petition, that the relevant people have signed the petition, he must convene the convention. You see, there are no sweeping powers in the Constitution given to the chairman or to the party leader or to the vice chairman. They have a duty, they have a responsibility to the delegates, and they decided to disregard and not to act in the best interest of the party.
So carrying out this convention without the sanctioning from the chair, then what does the party then have to do next?
What the Constitution does not say is that the convention will only be convened if the chairman says it will be convened.
Okay.
It says 225% or 1/4 of the delegates of the National Convention can convene a national convention, and that is what happened on Sunday.
And I think it also says that once that amount of petitions are received, that they'll make the call. That's one of the things that triggers the call for a convention, and they issue a notice that a convention will take place. And I'll just say that we're not here to necessarily argue the legitimacy of Sunday's convention, because arguing the legitimacy of Sunday's convention in the face of the thousands of supporters you had there would be futile, because as far as those supporters are concerned, it's a legitimate convention.
And let me say this, I heard the vice chairman refer to supporters of this party as cockroaches coming out of the closet. How derogative, how vindictive. These are people who have supported this party at all costs. Many of them have lost jobs because they wear the banner, or they wear the banner of being a member of the United Democratic Party. I heard last night on one of your reporters interviewing the party leader, and he's referring to stalwarts of this party who have contributed 20 years, 30 years, 40 years of their lives in supporting this party, serving this party on all the standing committees of the party. People like Audrey Wallace and Steve Duncan and Doug Singh and Perla Perdomo. I heard the way he referred to them in the most vile terms, accusing them of all sorts of things. No.
Let's go to that, Ms. Panton. The party leader yesterday referred to the alliance as the Alliance for Corruption. He's saying that the alliance is its own party, and that the events of Sunday was a Alliance for Democracy convention. I'm piggybacking off the comments he made about the Alliance for Corruption, pointing out key persons in the forefront of this movement. What do you make of the comments where the Alliance for Corruption is concerned?
I think it speaks to his character, and that is why we had thousands, not hundreds, thousands of UDP supporters who came to that convention to say loudly and clearly to us and to the rest of this country, we need a leadership reset. He is delusional and certainly not fit to lead the United Democratic Party.
Doesn't he make a point, though, when you look at the majority of individuals following behind you, individuals that lost badly at the last general elections, and perhaps are looking for an opportunity to stay in the party by any means and run in the next general elections, versus making way for a new movement, new faces to enter the party. It's as if your movement is giving life to the old guard.
There's room for the old guard in the United Democratic Party, and we make no apologies for that. If you look at the new leadership team that emerged from Sunday's convention, that is the new guard, if you want to speak in those terms. Something has to be wrong when any leader of any mass political party wants to put at bay persons who have sacrificed their lives to hold up the UDP banner when very few people wanted to. And when you make accusations of anyone, please present the evidence. You know, he continues to malign everybody that does not agree with him. He continues to malign them. And again, I say that speaks to his character. He's delusional, and he's a dictator, he's a thug, and he's not fit to lead the United Democratic Party.
It seems now that after this convention has concluded and you were elected the interim party leader for the UDP, he is not accepting that, he's not consenting to that, and I believe in the interview last night, he has said that I am going to take as much precaution and security as possible.
Oh,
so
are you
a threat then? And what happens now? Where will you convene if he does not
It's amazing that he continues to become the victim in all of this, when he is the perpetrator of the demise of the democracy of the United Democratic Party. He went to the police station, you know, and he filed a complaint against our second deputy leader. He was scared of his life. He's scared of me now. Let me tell you something. The United Democratic Party is an institution that is 51 years old. And the institution doesn't make the people. The people make the institution. And he can hold on to that building as long as he thinks he has the right to. That building does not belong to Shine Barrow. That building does not belong to Dean Barrow. That building does not belong to any one person. That building belongs to the members of the United Democratic Party. And there's only one trustee that remains alive, and that is Mr. Henry Young, who the building is named after. So, and ultimately, we will go to the trustee and ask for his support, because this is
Who's the trustee?
insanity. It's Henry Young Sr.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's insanity. It's insanity. And so he thinks he is going to hijack this party by welding the door to the building. Does he think that's what has happened? Putting in new locks? Welding the door to the building? That is a sign of someone who certainly doesn't have it all together, to use a kind terminology.
But then that leads to the question as to what happens now, because, and this is a conversation Paul and I were having yesterday, because as a voter, I would like to know what my ballot is going to look like come elections next year.
Correct, and it's quickly coming.
Yes.
And if we're uncertain about, all right, who went up on the ballot, what on the ballot, with a few months left to at least assuming a few months are left, well, it seems as if there is only one option. What will that ballot look like? What will the ballot look like?
My name is going to be on that ballot, and I don't want any UDP supporter or delegate or stakeholder to be concerned. This matter is going to be resolved. It's going to be resolved shortly, and my commitment was and still is, we will leave no stone unturned.
Is this going to go to the courts?
It may.
It may. Now, I wanted to bring up an arguable point, I think a point worth arguing, and we could clarify, who verified that these people, the supporters who attended Sunday's convention, were actually delegates? Because my understanding is there's a process of verification ahead of, or perhaps even during, these national conventions. Who verified that?
What was the process of verification when there was a convention in August of 2023? What was the notice sent out to delegates for that convention in August of 2023? Where was the roll call for that convention in August of 2023? Where was the registration of delegates for that convention in 2023? Let me be clear. The delegates are the delegates. And here, how you become a delegate. There's a constituency convention, and your constituency determines who will be the 15 people representing that constituency as a delegate to the party. It's a vote. They're elected. They're not appointed. They're elected by their communities. And then they sign an oath of office, an oath of allegiance when they're sworn in. It's signed by the delegate. It is signed by the chairman or whoever is officiating for him, and it's sealed with the UDP stamp. The date of the constituency convention starts your term in office, and your term in office is 2 years. So for example, in the Albert Division, our constituency convention was held on November 27th, 2022. It means that my delegates, whether I like them or not, are in office until November 27th, 2024. Constituency conventions started in 2022, in November, and ran all the way through to August of 2023. And all those delegates had to sign their oath of office. The only way they can be removed is if they send in a resignation letter saying to their standard bearer, I no longer wish to serve on your executive committee. I am unaware of any delegate that has done that since the last constituency conventions were held, and if so, we would like for them to produce that letter. I have in my possession copies of the oaths that were signed by those delegates when they became delegates. So nobody is going to try to illegitimize the delegates because they want to bore holes and cause confusion to the Belizean people.
Do you think that this is all the arguments that Mr. Barrow and his supporters are making, that it is causing a sense of confusion after Sunday?
They're grabbing at straws. Desperation has now set in. Nobody can deny. Nobody can deny the overwhelming support that was at that convention on Sunday for the recall of Shine Barrow. He is not fit to lead the party, and the delegates of this party have said so, and the supporters of this party have said so.
But is it
simple.
Is it something that is, I guess, the smart choice to ally yourselves with persons like John Saldivar and Patrick Faber, who have not necessarily gathered the support from their constituencies in the past year? Persons like John Saldivar, who has been recalled.
John Saldivar has not gathered the support of his constituency?
No.
Really? He went to a convention? He went to a convention in Belmopan. That is what the Constitution says. You go to a convention if you want to run, and the party accepts that you should run. And let me say this about it was the former party leader who made the way for John Saldivar to run in a convention in Belmopan. He made the way for John Saldivar because John Saldivar was his campaign manager when he was running for leader in 2022. And John, he didn't know anyone in this party. Remember where he was before he came home to Belize. And John Saldivar took him throughout this country, village by village, town by town, district by district, and introduced him to the key UDP movers and shakers, and introduced him to the delegates, and made the case for Shine Barrow to be the leader of the party. And when John Saldivar disagreed with him after he did all of that, he says that John Saldivar is no longer fit to be a member of this party. He called an NPC and he asked the NPC to allow John Saldivar to run, and the NPC supported that motion, and John Saldivar went to a constituency convention with 2 other people, and even though the party leader sat in a bacon house all day paying for voters to vote against John Saldivar, he won convincingly. That is what the Constitution says. You put yourself in the race, who wins becomes the standard bearer, because that is the will of the people. Tracy Panton, nor Beverly Williams, nor the new chairperson, Machina Pitts, can say otherwise, because the Constitution says that the will of the people will prevail.
Now clearly the leader, Mr. Moses Shine Barrow, clearly Mr. Barrow is not here to respond to the assertion that he sat in a bacon house and paid voters, and so we can't get a response from him to that assertion at this point in time, and I just wanted to make that clear. Now,
you know what I find funny?
Tell me.
That when he makes assertions about everybody in this party, I don't hear that coming from the media. Oh, well, Mrs. Panton is not here to make the case for herself, or Mr. Saldivar is not here to make the case for himself, or Mr. Boots Martinez.
That's a very serious
Mr. Boots Martinez is not here to speak for himself, or Honorable Mr. Edmond Castro is not here to. He gave a 1-hour interview to your media house yesterday, a 1-hour interview, and he made assertions against many people in this party. And I did not hear once your reporter say, well, Honorable Patrick Farber isn't here to speak for himself, so we can't accept that comment.
Well, Ms. Patton, to be fair, we don't have time to get into the facts of what is out there on record in terms of allegations made, charges brought, certain declarations being made.
Is it a fact that the former party leader of the United Democratic Party spent 10 years in jail?
It's a fact.
Has the Boots Martinez or Patrick Farber or John Saldivar or all the persons that he cast aspersions on yesterday ever been to jail? Have ever been charged?
Not that I know
have ever been convicted?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so let's be. I just ask for fair play.
Indeed,
that's all I ask for, fair play.
Accepted. Now, one of the things that the convention and the huge showing of support on Sunday did is it also brought out, or at least pushed, Mr. Barrow's supporters to begin to show their faces and make declarations. Take, for example, key figure, somebody that the convention declared at least what seemed to be as an invite, Mr. Hugo Pat, to be a part of the appointed team, the team, I can't remember the word exactly. He said yesterday that he is with the Barrow executive, and that that's where his support lie. How do you come back from a key figure declaring public support for Mr. Barrow?
Has the Honorable Hugo Pat resigned from the UDP?
He has not.
Has he? Oh, I'm not sure that he has. And the convention did not seek to replace the first deputy leader or the second deputy leader of this party. We would not have shown that level of disrespect for him because we don't know that he has resign from the party, and we were not going to resign him. The reason the party leader was taken to task is because 208 delegates of this party triggered a recall of his leadership, and that is what took place on Sunday. Now, I would have hoped that the first deputy leader would have, at minimum, signed off on that press release. Where is his signature saying that this is his will and it is authentic? But I am...
So you question the legitimacy of that release?
I question the thinking, if you will, of the deputy leader. Nobody came after him. He was endorsed, just as the second deputy leader was endorsed at the August endorsement convention at Birds Isle, August 2023 endorsement convention. And the job of this convention was clear. It was published. We got input from delegates as to what to be on the agenda. The motions were sent in a requisite number of time. The notice was sent in a requisite number of time. You will recall when we had that press conference, we had said we would have it on October 6th. And then we checked the convention and realized, no, we can't do that because the Constitution, sorry. We can't do that because we have to follow the Constitution. We have to follow the Constitution. And so we had to push back the date. It is his prerogative. But people, the supporters of Corozal North and the supporters of the United Democratic Party expect their leaders to lead.
But it sounds, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I said that it sounds though that you are utilizing the Constitution in its legal form in order to legitimize this convention. You saying that this was a convention to recall the leader of the UDP. You are now the interim leader. It was not against the first deputy and the second deputy. Honorable Shine Barrow is saying he's also using the Constitution to illegitimize this convention, and therefore,
it's amazing.
right? So, and this is why, and I think this is the reason why I keep asking about the Constitution, because for me,
I'll send you a copy to read.
Please, yes,
I'll send you a copy to read.
Because
there's no secret; it's on Facebook.
Right.
You know, it's all over the place.
And so, if the purpose of the convention was to simply recall the leadership, Moses Shine Barrow as leader of the UDP,
and also the chairman
and also
and
the
vice chair,
chairman and
because
vice chair.
they have not, they have, in our opinion, and in the opinion of the delegates, and in the opinion of the supporters, they have abandoned their duty and responsibility to this party. The chairman of the United Democratic Party is the guardian of the Constitution. He is the person who should ensure that the Constitution of this party is upheld, and the Constitution of this party is defended at every opportunity, and he dismissed the Constitution. It's amazing to me that now they're referring to the Constitution, a Constitution that they did not utilize when they removed unilaterally 8, not 1, not 2, 8 standard bearers of the United Democratic Party who were either elected or endorsed. They did not use the Constitution when they arbitrarily and unilaterally appointed new standard bearers to the areas where they have removed standard bearers: Port Loyola, Belize Rural South, Caribbean Shores. There's a process. They did not use the Constitution when they determined or declared that 4 of the most senior members of this party had constructively resigned, and when that could not stick, expelled. There is a process in the Constitution on how you deal with an individual that you believe has violated some, or there's some infraction against that person that hurts the party. You have a central executive committee meeting. Whatever the central executive committee decides goes to the National Party Council, which is the second highest decision maker in the party. When they vet what comes from the central executive, because the NPC is the board, and the central executive is the management team. Let's understand. And then the NPC will determine if whatever is sent before them is worth further investigation and consideration. And if they believe there is an infraction, then they take us to the ethics committee, because there is the law of natural justice. And we have a right to be heard. It's a fundamental right for those of us who have been expelled from the party. And then the ethics committee is to meet, we must go before there's a hearing, all this process. And then whatever the ethics committee determines after meeting with us, then the ethics committee goes back to the NPC and say, these are our findings and these are our recommendations for sanctions. None of that occurred. When the former party leader and the former chairman says, the delegates are no longer the delegates for Port Loyola because we have a new standard bearer. No, the Constitution says delegates are elected in a constituency convention, and their term of office, if you will, is 2 years. You can't remove them without a process. And the process to remove them is to have another constituency convention after the 2-year period thing. Because the executive committees are like the permanent secretaries in a ministry. They stay. The leaders may go and come, but the executive committees are the ones that hold ground, if you will, for the party during any periods of transition.
What I hear you saying, and we have just a couple more final questions. What I hear you saying is that after Sunday's convention, pretty much what you have in Mr. Barrow is an intruder in the house. Somebody who's not supposed to be there is there as the leader.
You mean in the
we'll say headquarters, but generally we say institutionally as the leader, him remaining in the leadership position. Yeah. An intruder, I'll just phrase it as this, and this is where I'm going with it. The criticism that is made against you in some circles is that your approach to remove this intruder is somewhat of a more negotiation, while the intruder has a gun in his hand, quote unquote, and is ready for war. Because I don't know you from the years that I've watched you in politics to be a fighter per se, to be an aggressive person. You're a peacemaker. You are a conversationist, a negotiator. Are you approaching, do you accept perhaps the criticism that you're approaching this fight or this battle for leadership with a sense of weakness?
I said light.
Or too lightly? You're bringing a knife to a gunfight.
That's funny. No one in the movement wants to further break up the party. We are as close to as rock bottom, if not rock bottom, as the party can be. It is my commitment to do everything I can to unite the party. Now, you may not appreciate my leadership style.
I appreciate it.
And that's not,
it's not neither here nor there.
It's neither here nor there. We have the support of the people. And I am in politics because I made a vow, I made an oath that it is my intention to serve the people. Because you see what is going on with the former party leader? Where is the people in all of that? Where is the people? Where is his consideration for the people? Where is his consideration for the people of Mess Up? has spoken so derogatively of people like Miss Geraldine Tillett, who has served this party for longer than I have been a member of this party, from Colonel Thompson days. But because she dares to say, you're not fit to lead this party, he ostracizes her. No. We are the new leadership team, and we are doing our work, and it will become very clear on what strategies we are using. We are trying to do the best we can to allow, not negotiating, I have nothing to negotiate with him. The people gave me a mandate, and the people said, we need new leadership, and we want you to hold on to that leadership mantle through to the next election.
Right. But what if elections are to be called in February? What would be your strategy then? Is this going to be...
Do you think this is going to last until February?
It has been lasting for a while.
No,
it has been lasting for a while.
But,
and it's one of those...
It has lasted for a while because we insist on respecting the constitution of the party. You see, we can't say we are respecting the constitution on one hand and doing things that violate the constitution on another hand. We can't. We are following the constitution of the party, and the constitution says leaders are determined at a national convention, and you have to give 6 weeks for the national convention, and so we are following those steps.
So let's see. All right.
And I wanted, you made the point about a building, and yes, the headquarters is iconic for the UDP, but it's a building, it's concrete. Stone and sand and concrete. And I dare say that when that building was being built, the former party leader was nowhere in sight. Not in Belize and not in New York, because he was elsewhere. The building, yes, is iconic, and we will get possession of that building. I have no doubt about it. We have clearly outlined to him, and not me, not the current chair, not the current vice chair, the people of this party has said, sir, you need to leave. And leaving doesn't mean you leave your division, because nobody's saying that, because he was endorsed at a convention in Mesop, and the people in Mesop will decide whether he stays there or not, right? So, while I can't reveal all the steps that we will be taking at this time, be assured that we will take the necessary steps, if not to occupy that building, to create a new space for the UDP headquarters.
I think my final question is, once the dust settles, and let's say in this hypothetical, please, right? I'm just trying to make a case. They concede you are the interim party leader. Elections are called next year, and you all win your seats, him included. How are you all going to work together?
He has a space in this party, and nobody at no time said he did not have a space in this party. Nobody at any time said to any of those of my colleagues who support him to stay and fall on his sword, we have never said that it is going to be our plan of action to have these people unilaterally removed and kicked out of the party, because that's the narrative he has used. He incites fear and he intimidates, and that is how he leads. We have never said that. He is the standard bearer for Mesop. He is the elected era rep for Mesopotamia, and so he can run in his constituency, and if he wins, he will have a role to play in this party. That is the way democracy works. We will not always agree.
Yes.
Democracy is not neatly packaged, but it is the best form of governance we have. And so when that time comes, if that time comes, he will have a role to play.
My final question from me is, how can the Belizean population, the voting population, and I'm not just talking about Belize City and your constituencies, but can the rest of Belize trust that the UDP will get back on track to be the opposition that we need them to be?
By our action. It's easy not to act. And there are many of my colleagues who have said, we will sit back, we won't get involved, we will sit on the fence, we'll see what happened, and then we'll jump in. No, we have to act because leaders are elected to lead. And I am sure, I'm confident that the new leadership team will be able to regain the trust and the confidence of the people.
Well, Ms. Panton, you've been in many dances, and this is perhaps the biggest one of your life.
You know, dancing is what I love to do.
We saw Super G definitely had you busting some moves on Sunday. And this is the biggest one of your life, perhaps, and we wish you all the best.
And it is the biggest privilege of my life, being in a position where I can serve my country and serve my constituency and serve the people of this country is a privilege. And I'm humbled and I'm grateful for it.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Tracy, for your time. We wish you all the very best. And we, as a voting population, we look forward to see the next moves of this strategy. Thank you so much for being here today. We do got to take a quick break, though, and our friends from Cellular World are here to talk to us about their 20th anniversary promotion deals. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
My name is Hermine Vega. El Patio Grill has been using Belize Bank for over 25 years. We only use Belize Bank at our restaurant. That's why we were able to win this trip to Europe. I had never been to Europe. We found out it was Madrid and we were excited and we went to this football match. The teams reached before the game and everybody was just outside, you know. You can't explain. The noise just roared like 3 blocks down the street, but when you got in there and you saw 70,000 people in there, that was amazing. I couldn't believe it was happening. I had to pinch myself to make sure it was real, you know, because it's a one-in-a-lifetime experience, I'd say. My lucky plus one was my son. He's 18 years old, so he was really excited and he enjoyed it as well. He said it's his best trip ever, so it's a priceless experience that we got. Belize Bank has always been there for me. Whatever transactions or whatever I need to do, they're always there for me. I would recommend everybody to use Belize Bank. This is the oldest bank in our country and they continue to do their best.
Are you a dynamic and charismatic personality with a passion for storytelling? Do you have a unique voice that captivates audiences and a talent for bringing stories to life? We are looking for fresh faces who are energetic, engaging, and natural in front of the camera or microphone. If you are passionate about acting or voice work, we want to see what you've got. To register, email producer@channel5belize.com or call 670-6068.
welcome back to Open Your Eyes. Joining us for our second conversation, we have Carlos Perez, who is the marketing supervisor over here at Cellular World, to talk to us about some promotional deals for their 20th anniversary. Good morning, Carlos. How are you?
Good morning. Good.
All right. So let's get right into it. First of all, happy anniversary. When is the actual date for the anniversary?
The 17th of November.
The 17th. Oh, so you'll have promotions going from October to November.
Well, we're doing it the ending of this month. As November, you know, it's Black Friday, the 19th of November as well. So we have other promotions already scheduled that we do as usual every year.
Yeah.
So it's the 20th anniversary that we're accomplishing. You know, it's a great milestone. 20 years in the market, 20 years of service.
I realize they're up for so long.
Yeah, right?
For this, we're doing the 3-day mega saving events. You know, in honor of the 20th anniversary, and to provide, you know, the lowest prices for our customers, you know, with all the products, phones, speakers, TVs, tablets, everything included in that promotion.
Let's talk about, let's get some numbers in this deal. What are the percentage of discounts?
Well, it goes all the way from like 40% to 45% of discount. For example, this phone, which usually would be costing $149, the regular price is going down all the way to $75.
Wow.
This Alcatel one.
This is an Alcatel phone. It's an entry-level Android phone. So, you know, if you're looking for something that does the basic, you know, connect to the Wi-Fi, call and text, use WhatsApp, you know, the basic stuff, has a camera, basic camera as well. You can get it for only $75. It's the Alcatel 16 gigabyte phone. So if you're looking for something that is affordable and that, you know, get the job done.
I like the weight of it. It feels quality as well, right?
That's
like
right.
If you want something affordable and something that doesn't feel cheap in your hand as well.
Yeah.
This to me feels like something you'd go for.
Yeah.
And you know, for an entry-level Android phone, it's not typical for you to see in the market phone that connects to the internet. It's touchscreen. It's a smartphone basically for $75.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a steal deal.
That is a steal
and
deal.
we have the 32 gigabyte version for the same model, which is $99 as well.
That's still really good.
If you want something with more storage, you can get the $99.
What else you got, Carlos?
We have, you know, for Samsung, we're the authorized Samsung distributor, and we give you 1-year warranty.
Yeah.
You can take a look. That phone is the A05, where it's going for only $289 with the promotion. So you can definitely take advantage, you know, get the discount. You have a 1-year warranty. It comes with the correct LTE bands, you know, for the major carriers here in Belize. You have access to the authorized service center for Samsung that we have at the Queen Street store. And we have the entire A series from the A05, the new A06, A15, A25, all the way to the A55.
This would be a step up from the Alcatel, right?
That's right.
The price range is a bit higher, so it's a step up. What else? What more can this do, or how better is it?
Well, the way that it works, it's faster. It has a 4 gigabyte RAM, so it has more RAM when compared to this. It has 64 gigabyte storage. You know, Samsung is more a preferred brand to say because of the quality of the product. So this would fall under our more signature brands. This would be our budget phones. We have a wide range of budget phones, which would include the Alcatel, the TCL, the ZTE, the Technospark, the Infinix, the Logic phones, and the budget phones are basically what goes under $300.
Wow.
Basically, the most expensive budget phone that we have, it's $289, but you're talking about a phone that has a good camera, has 128 gigabytes of internal storage. That would be the Technospark 30C. So it's a very good phone. It has a very good camera, and all those are considered budget phones because of the prices.
So I do have a question for you, and does retain talking about Samsungs, because you guys are the Samsung distributor in Belize, yes? Would these promotions also include perhaps fixing of phones and so forth? Warranty?
Well, we don't have it under the promotion whenever it comes to the warranty, and mainly because say if you buy the phone and it doesn't have the year already, well, remember you're covered for an entire year, which is the warranty that comes when you purchase the phone. So now if the phone is outside of the warranty and you purchase the phone from, you know, Cellular World being the authorized distributor, of course we give you preference, and as well we work with you and give you a preferred price for being, you know, a loyal customer to us, or for purchasing through the right channel, because the phone, say sometimes you get phones that the warranty has just expired 1 week ago or 1 month ago or something. We'll definitely go ahead and work out something for you.
Okay.
And we take care of our customers like that.
I noticed on the screen you have some Redmi brands as well.
That's
a
right.
really good brand of phone. And those are, you have Redmi's for $219.
$219, that's right.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Now for some fancier people like April, she might want to go for the more high-end phones, right?
This
the
is
more
an Infinity?
Yeah. See, what are we talking about where deals are concerned? Do these also fall under the promotional specials, and do you have any in stock, more high-end phones?
Yes, that's right. So whenever it comes to Redmi, since you just mentioned that the more high-end phone for that brand would be the Redmi Note 13 Pro. It has a 256 gigabyte of internal storage. It has 8 gigabyte of RAM. So it definitely, you know, it's a beast whenever you compare phones, and especially Redmi, because Redmis are considered gaming devices. So if somebody loves gaming, you can get that for only.
Is going to
that's
be
right.
$695.
$695.
Less than $1,000 for a Redmi Note 13 Pro. I actually personally had the Redmi Note 10 a good while back, a few years back. And that was perhaps one of the best phones I've had in terms of the ability to do so much, and you don't feel like you lose quality. The speed
and the space,
the screen is amazing. So you have it for $695.
$695.
That's the promotional price.
That's right. That's the promotional price. Normally, for one of those phones, you're paying $1,000, $1,200. But you know, with the promotion, you're getting it for only $695.
What are some other high-end phones that you have?
We have we have as well the S series, which is the signature brand for Samsung specifically, the S23 Ultra. Then we have the S24 series, which includes the S24, the regular one, the S24 Plus, and the S24 Ultra. So if you preferred Samsung over Redmi, then you have options. We do have already as well the new iPhone 16 and 16 Pro Max that is in stock. Actually, for the first week, we were sold out on the stock that we had, but we already restocked on that. You know, we have a lot of Apple lovers out there, and we literally got it the same week that it was released. So
and people were already buying it. We had to complain about rent price, and people buy
look for my bus up screen for my phone.
So are you going to restock the 16 and
we have already. We have new stock
already.
And apart from the 16 and 16 Pro Max, we have the 15 and the 15 Pro Max, which was the one that came out before that. We have the 11, the iPhone 11, the iPhone 13. So, you know,
these are still good options, right? The 11 and the 13.
That's right.
What are the promotional prices and deals?
Well, with the iPhones, it's starting at $1,299. So if you want the iPhone 11, or if you want the iPhone 13 or the 16,
and then it goes up from
there. It goes up
clearly, the more recent one will cost what it costs because it's new.
To my low end.
Now you have clearly a lot of devices. Let's talk a bit about some other things we have on the table.
So let's move away from some phones, because you know, cellular. Even though it is Cellular World, they do have other devices.
It's World as well. The World has a lot of things.
Yes, we have some speakers and some earphones. Let's talk about these.
That's right. So we have, apart from the phone categories, we have speakers, earbuds. We have tablets as well. So with the JBL, we have officially acquired the partnership with JBL. So starting now, moving forward, you're able to get a 1-year warranty included with any JBL product that you purchase from Cellular World. For example, this is the JBL Go 3 for going at the promotional price for only $85. Normally you're paying $110, but it's all the way down to only $85.
It's pretty good.
You know, JBL is a preferred brand for sound systems.
One of the best.
It represents quality, you know, the quality of the sound, the design of the different models that they have is just something very good.
This is nice.
This one is the Logic Buds, and it's going for only $35.
No.
It connects through Bluetooth.
Give me no.
It's you know, rechargeable. It has a nice design and everything. So $35, $85, $75 phone. So you have
I hope
options
you brought
under $100.
two because you're gonna get this.
I almost listen. I could take pull away money one time. Let me take a quick look at it.
But yes, so apart from these two brands, what other speakers and earbuds do you have?
Yeah, so we have the Uno Techno brand for speakers as well, starting at only $29. It has a decent sound quality, you know, it lights up, it's rechargeable. We have Uno Techno sound bars for TVs for only $49. We have bigger speakers for $99, for $279, sorry, being the biggest one. Those are karaoke speakers that comes with a wireless microphone.
Do you have options for persons? So for me, I am somebody that for some reason earbuds do not fit in my ears, no matter how big or small the the thing is, it just does not sit in my ears. So do you have like overhead earphones?
Yes, we have the wired headphones for only $25. We have the JBL headphones as well for only $95.
That's Bluetooth. You have an $85 one there, yeah.
That's Bluetooth and that's wireless. So that's the JBL
nice.
headphones. We have we have other options for buds as well. Samsung as well with 1-year warranty for the Samsung buds. We have the Apple EarPods. We have smartwatches.
I see that. I see you got the Samsung Watch 149. You have Apple Watches as well.
And the Apple Watches, with the promotion, it's starting at only $739.
Wow.
So definitely the price is good. Apart for Apple, we have an entire lineup as well.
Do you have the latest Apple Watch?
Yes, I think it's a Series 10. I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So, I mean, we could go on and on and on about all of these promotions and everything that you have to offer at Cellular World, but let's talk about when your promotion deals begin and where can we get it if we can't find Cellular World in our district. How can we get these promotions?
Yes, so the promotion is starting tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a 3-day mega saving event, so you cannot miss out. We have tomorrow, Thursday the 25th, Friday the 26th, tomorrow, Thursday 24th, Friday 25th, and Saturday the 26th. All locations countrywide for Cellular World. We have 3 branches here in Belize City, which would be Albert Street, Queen Street, and the Northern Shops Plaza. We have 1 branch in San Pedro at Pescador Drive. We have 1 in Belmopan, Constitution Drive, and then 1 in Orange Walk, right on Belize Corzal Road. So if you cannot make it to any of the stores, we have our virtual store as well. You can always contact via Facebook, via Instagram, or the WhatsApp number, which is 615-5141. You just have to send us a message. We can give you quotations, pictures, specifications. You can pay online and we arrange shipping for you. And the virtual store is without any commitment. So anybody can reach out and we will assist you and ensure you can purchase.
Does Cellular World offer payment plans?
We have the layaway plans, and officially since the 1st of October, you know, Christmas is actually right around the corner. October is over. So if you're looking to, you know, buy your TVs will be on discount as well. So we will have the smart TVs as low as $389. For TCL, we will have the Samsung 32-inch TV for only $429.
So smart TVs.
Smart TVs.
Wow.
And the Samsung 32-inch TV is backed up by a 1-year warranty as well. So for that specific model for now. Eventually, we will add all of the rest for the warranty, but for now, it's the 32-inch TV for Samsung. That's the special we have for the anniversary sale. And if you cannot buy at the virtual store, at any of our stores, you're in down south, you're in Corzal, we do our monthly pop-up shop. So the 1st and the 2nd of November, we will be headed to Dangriga on the 1st, Punta Gorda on the 2nd of November with the same promotion for the anniversary sale.
Awesome.
Okay.
Then
That's
the second we will be at Corozal as well with that same promotion.
So everybody they get a
Everybody to
special,
get the sale, the deal. If you weren't able to make it for the 24th, the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th, the first and the second will be your time. So that's awesome. We are wrapping up our segment. Carlos, any final words for our viewers?
Well, just want to invite everybody to ensure that you come out to the Cellular World store starting tomorrow. If for any reason you cannot come to the stores, you can always shop via the virtual store. Send us a message. We will go ahead and assist you. If you're down south in Dangring and Punta Gorda or up north in Corozal, we're coming to you the 1st and the 2nd of November with the pop-up shop. So stay tuned, follow our Facebook page. We always post our promotions. We have the flyer out already. So
where in these locations will the pop-up shop be?
The Dangriga one is at the Princess Royal Park. Then the Punta Gorda one is at the Welcome Center, and then Corozal is at the Market Square. By now, I think our faithful customers already know us. We have going for 2 years doing the pop-up shops every month. So it's the same location, you know, the biggest deals and discounts that you can get across with all the devices. We will have phones, TVs, everything out there like how we usually do it. At the stores, you know, you can always make the purchases, and even after the 3-day sale is over, we have our ongoing monthly promotion. So you can still come into the store for the free tempered glass every Wednesday for 10 customers at each store. We have treats as well that we're giving since, you know, it's October, it's Halloween.
Yes.
So you can always make it to the store even after that, and we will ensure that you get the best deals, and also you walk out with a small token from our store.
Thank you, Carlos, so much. And head on over to your Cellular World in your location to get those sweet deals for the 20th anniversary. From one sale, Paul, to another, we are going to be having the Belize City Council to discuss their super sale right after this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings." Here is one of the most comforting and yet convincing verses in all the Bible. It is comforting in knowing that Christ sees and knows of our hurts and sorrow. It is convicting in knowing that none of our sins nor actions can go beyond the range of His vision. His eyes sees and weighs our action. A burglar once burglarized a New York luxury apartment. The detectives could not find one clue, and finally, as they were leaving, they saw a statue of Christ facing the wall and thought that to be strange. They carried it to the station to see if they could find fingerprints. They did, and the burglar was arrested and was asked why the statue was facing the wall. He replied, "Well, when I was going through all the dresser drawers, I saw that statue of Christ looking right at me. It was as though Christ Himself was looking at me, and I could not stand it, and so I turned His face away from me so that He could not see me." You may turn the face of a statue away from you, but you can never turn the face of Christ. He sees and considers all of your ways. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
My name is Hermain Vega. El Patio Grill has been using Belize Bank for over 25 years. We only use Belize Bank at our restaurant. That's why we were able to win this trip to Europe. I had never been to Europe. We found out it was Madrid, and we were excited, and we went to this football match. The teams reached before the game, and everybody was just outside, you know. You can't explain. The noise just roared like 3 blocks down the street. But when you got in there and you saw 70,000 people in there, that was amazing. I couldn't believe it was happening. I had to pinch myself to make sure it was real, you know, because it's a one-in-a-lifetime experience, I'd say. My lucky plus one was my son. He's 18 years old, so he was really excited, and he enjoyed it as well. He said it's his best trip ever, so It's a priceless experience that we got. Belize Bank has always been there for me. Whatever transactions or whatever I need to do, they're always there for me. I would recommend everybody to use Belize Bank. It's the oldest bank in our country and they continue to do their best.
Hey Manuel, what's up bro? What you doing here?
I'm just checking out the new electric buses. So tell me, have you submitted your bid on them?
No, I haven't done so as yet. Actually, I don't know how it works. Can you tell me more?
Of course. Come on in, let's check it out. As you know, the Belize City Council is managing 2 for the Belize City routes. But now, the government is looking for private operators to manage 3 for the district routes. These new buses were funded by the European Union, and they are bigger and more comfortable for the district routes between Belize, Corozal, and Cayo.
So how does the management work?
UNDP owns the buses and charging stations for now, but private operators will manage everything: staffing, operations, and maintenance. The government will oversee the process. It is a great way to build your own business.
That sounds like a solid opportunity. So how do we as operators get involved?
It's a competitive process. They're looking at your experience, relevant resources, management skills, and of course, best value. If we win, we get a 2-year contract to operate these bad boys.
That sounds like a win-win opportunity. Might be time to get my bid together.
That's right. Only those who have sent their expression of interest can submit their bid for an opportunity to be a part of the future of transportation. For more information on the bidding process, please contact the Chief Transport Officer at the Department of Transport at 828-9239. Bids are open until November 2024.
This is our third conversation for this morning, and it's all about the Belize City Council's Super Sale Anniversary. And we have joining us on set to speak with us about that Ms. Erin Miller, who's the Communications and Marketing Director at the Belize City Council, as well as Ms. Michelle Smith, who's Communications Manager, also over at the Belize City Council. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Yes. You guys are back.
It's Super Sale time.
It's Super Sale time. Yes. So let's talk a bit about this one. Is it a Super Sale Anniversary?
It's an anniversary edition. The Super Sale was first launched in October 2018, actually.
Okay.
Wow. And so it has been 6 amazing years of the Super Sale, 6 years of growth, 6 years of new connection with new vendors and new consumers. And so this is an opportunity to really celebrate what we have accomplished.
Let's talk about that progress then. 6 years. What? I mean, I didn't realize it has already been 6 years. But let's talk about when you guys first began. How many vendors did you have, and how have you progressed in the past 6 years?
Well, when we started October 2018, we started with 20 vendors, and majority of those vendors were the downtown store.
Right.
So you could imagine how Albert Street look. Now, with this growth, we are at over 150 vendors.
What are to put down people?
On the street.
On the street.
We find the space.
Clearly.
And we're still accepting vendors. So at no point we tell somebody you cannot be a part of this event.
So Friday, somebody could still have
morning of the Super Sale.
Wow.
This is for the public, and so you can't turn away the public. This is for them.
Very true.
What's the biggest attraction here for vendors?
Well, for this anniversary Super Sale, like the name said, it's the anniversary of the Super Sale. So, of course, we have to make it bigger and better. And so, for this Super Sale, residents can get 20% discount on outstanding property tax arrears. Also, it's a one-stop traffic Super Sale as well, whereby you could come out to City Hall and get your vehicle inspected, renew your driver's license, renew your vehicle license, pick up a driver's license that is there. Also, we have the MSME Roadshow. They travel throughout the country to each municipality, and they're ending the roadshow at the Belize City Council anniversary Super Sale. And of course, they are bringing their own set of vendors. So we're having more and new vendors to this event for this super sale. And we have our grand raffle. I was hoping Mr. Perez from Cellular World would have said something, because I see that they're having their 20th anniversary.
But here you are.
Yes, and they are part of our super sale every year. They're a downtown store, but they actually bring a tent out in front of their store. And so with the grand raffle, we have 6 amazing grand prizes, whereby each prizes has like multiple gifts.
Many gift certificates, TVs, phones, and these are all from our participating businesses. So we have to say thank you to them. Some of these businesses have been with us for the entire 6 years.
Yeah, so tell us a bit more about those prizes, a grand raffle, and how is it you can enter?
Well, it's a ticket for every $25 spent at a participating business. So my thing, I always stress, you must shop to win. You must support these local businesses to win. That is the whole point of the super sale. As you know, when this administration came in 2018, they kind of looked at the downtown area, and it has been very different from what it originally was, right? And so the whole point of this super sale was to rejuvenate and to revitalize this area, to bring people here instead of going, you know, to Chitamal and other places. And what I always say is so funny is that now people are not only staying in Belize City on the weekends for this event, but people are coming from other districts into Belize City to participate in this event.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that this particular event was kind of what kind of juxtaposed and jump-started other municipalities to do the same pop-up shops and markets and so forth, because you want to build the economy in that area.
I think you have to remember before this too, I mean, I know the chamber has the amazing expo every year, right? And so that was only a one-time affair thing, and now we have this event that we can really participate in so many times a year, in addition to that great event. So it has really changed the landscape of the city, giving people a new family-oriented activity that they can do together, a place to have a great time. Like Ernesta said, you could really spend your entire day at the super sale. There's something for the kids, something for the adults. There's shopping, food, entertainment. You could go to the super sale and connect with an employer. We have BPOs out there getting
doing job fair.
Sharing information. Some of them are hiring on the spot. We're going to have Galen University out there sharing information, recruiting students. So there's really a lot of things going on beyond just purchasing and buying. You could use this opportunity to share information. A networking event really.
I think the whole idea of the raffle is a huge incentive to be out. You spend $25 and you get back something because you're buying a product.
And you only need one ticket.
Right, and
one ticket.
It's only one, and you get a ticket. So these tickets are being distributed by the booths, right? So once they realize you're spending $25, you get your ticket, and you could win some amazing prizes. Let's talk a bit about the entertainment aspect of it, because I know they always the bash that super sales.
We don't want anybody get bored. You're shopping, you need drinks, you need entertainment to continue shopping and continue supporting the local businesses.
Well, on our entertainment side, we always try to make it amazing. We have, of course, Coconut Boy, Maime Martinez. We have Sweet Pain Band, and also Chico Ramos. Beside them, we had DJs, and all these artists will be backed up by Blue Sleeve.
I really love that it's all Belizean entertainment. It's all Belizean businesses trying to make their way into this economy. So I 100% applaud this. Given that it is 6 years in the making, what has been the feedback from the people, from the businesses, from the consumers? What has that been like for you guys?
I will say, when a few weeks go by and there is not an announcement of the next super sale date, we are receiving calls. And yesterday we just got the question and they asked, is this working? Is this initiative working? How do you know it's working? And we know it's working because each super sale is bigger than the last, and no two super sales are the exact same event that you are attending. It is very clear to us that our local vendors really appreciate this environment that we have put together for them. Just as the council does the advertising, we book the entertainment, we organize the free kids zone, and we do all of these to create a conducive environment for them to succeed. And it has been clear that they keep coming back and they want to know when the next one is, because they appreciate and they are making money, and that's the point of the super sale, for them to win.
That was going to be my next question, because for a lot of other markets and so forth, perhaps they have to rent a space and so on. What is the relationship with the vendors? How do you all make these deals?
Well, for the super sale, yes, you have to pay for a space, but our fees are very, very minimal. For a 10 by 10 space, it's only $25. Oh, wow. And the price goes up $50, you know, but like Erin said, we do all the heavy lifting. So basically, you just have to come out there and with your tent and your product. You know, you don't have to do. Yes, we encourage you to do marketing, you know, so that you can attract your customers. But basically, you just come out there with your tent and your product.
I know you talked a little bit about the entertainment and who we have past stage and so forth, but you all do a really good job at distracting kids. And it's and you know, as parents that want to go out and have a good time, they also want to ensure that their kids are safe and they're entertained. So what do you have for the kids lineup this year?
Oh my God. Well, like how you said safe, we must say that our enforcement officers and the police department are always a part of our event. So to also make sure that the space is very, you know, family oriented and a safe space. Like you said, for the children, we always have a free kids zone.
Yeah.
So
everything free now.
Everything free at the kids zone.
And not only for kids.
You know, sometimes I say on the parents, they should go back cutting candy too, please.
I just want to, okay, fine, fair enough. I can't get something, but can I get my face painted? I want to match with the child.
we always say though, stay with your child in the kids zone. It's not a space to drop off and leave.
Good point.
You stop together, enjoy the zone together, and continue in the super sale.
Yes, it's fun for them, but not a daycare, you know. So for the kids zone, we have, of course, the trampoline, the bouncy house. We have free face painting, Ozzy the Clown doing his show. We have free snow cones from Jerry. And of course, we have that amazing cotton candy.
And mechanical cars now. Yes, new addition to the kids zone.
Okay, so then I have a little ride and so
we can drive around together.
That's really, really
I see on the screen we have foods as well, so it seems as if there'll be no shortage of food options.
Too much to mention.
We always have a great diversity in that area.
So I usually tell people watch the screen. Oh, no, I mentioned.
No, we're not going to mention.
But you can come out there and have absolutely everything you want.
And that's what I really love about the super sales, because you can eat, you can shop, you can get promotional items, you can maybe get a job, you could
sign up for school.
There is everything for everybody.
Don't forget the 20% discount on property tax.
If I would advise customers and viewers, you know, write a shopping list. And then when you walk, and then when you walk out to the super sale, you go out there and you are.
Sometimes I get distracted.
No, stick to your list. It's not payday.
Do you have a way of estimating how many people go through these or attend these sales?
So actually we work with the police department. They have a method of how they manage foot traffic. But recently we've been working on a way to kind of figure out a more technical method. The tricky part about this is that the super sale has many inflowing streets, right? And people are flowing from all corners. And so the only way we could really get more technical than we have already been working with the police with in that method would be to kind of lock off each corner and monitor the flow of traffic. The thing is, we don't know how residents are going to react to that yet. So we're trying to finalize a more technical way.
Maybe do automatic ticket raffle when persons enter and you have somebody give your tickets. Just like a way of saying, all right, at least I know persons entered, 200 persons entered in this way, and 300 persons entered in that way, and etc.
So but still, we would need to have the points being monitored and barriers.
Which would be a lot more human resources. But I think Ono could do it.
But yes, we definitely want to go beyond just our partnership with the police to really get in there and do it more technical.
So what's the estimate? Do you have any estimates estimate any numbers so far?
Last time, I think it was like 20,000 flowing through, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
we have a huge crowd.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's so many hours during the day, and people are flowing in, coming out there. It's constant. It's constant.
The expansion of the super sale. Do you all have any plans to take it out of the downtown? I'm not out of the downtown, but expanding it beyond the reach over the bridge.
Super sale, based on the amount of vendors we have been getting, it's inevitable that it will have to go further down the street. But the super sale has really been the basis for our community festivals that we had been having.
True.
As you know, I think about for the past 2 years, we have been doing our local community festival, which in we kind of take the super sale model and go into many different constituencies and areas within the city. We have done Lake, we have done Port George. I think we've done Colette, we have done Port.
So it's expanded. It's expanded.
So that we take that same model and take it into every single constituency, and that's something that we're also not stopping anytime soon.
Of course, some of them are the night festival.
All right.
All right.
But
So,
ladies,
this goes down on Saturday.
Saturday, October 26th, downtown Albert Street, and it's 9. The super sale start 10 a.m. to 6, but City Hall will be open from 8 o'clock, so you can come in and get your 20% discount and also do your traffic one-stop.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Looking forward to it as usual, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us
having
this
us.
morning. We look forward to super sale.
When your crew come, I'll come sometimes, but when
this is why I'm never here for this conversation.
I usually come for the food and when the shop for some other
I will
things.
ask Paul to pick up some stuff
Please.
for me. All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us. And we do got to take another break. And then singles contest? Singles competition?
Something like something for you.
No, why you have to like call me out in a public?
We're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break. We will be right back.
They'll name you 100 reasons to step back. But when you achieve your goal, they will follow you. Gorilla, make some noise.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition And they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Are you a dynamic and charismatic personality with a passion for storytelling? Do you have a unique voice that captivates audiences and a talent for bringing stories to life? We are looking for fresh faces who are energetic, engaging, and natural in front of the camera or microphone. If you are passionate about acting or voice work, we want to see what you've got. To register, email producer@channel5belize.com or call 670-6068.
Lain ka ba Elmer Show? Ay yun jik ahelak sa Ecopal Tree Lodge. Keronik ahelan ay lain sa Ecopal, kakwi bartending, kakwi an keronik mano lain. Lain ni usara Belize Bank mobile app. Hanak na usara uta ana ATM, uting card. Araw kay balbas Chankiron sa usare ut kolore na notification chira phone na mensajes araw ta kina kolore ta kala harup chitumin sa usare ut araw ta naw na sa chabilo kong gatumin.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. Joining us for our fourth and final conversation. It's all about Singles Connect, hosted by Hakim Shipyard. Joining us, we have Ashton Wagner and Miss Myrna Greenage, and we are going to talk to them about this interesting organized event. It's called Singles Connect, and let's get some context to add to the actual
let's
name.
Understand what's
let's
happening
start
here.
with you, Miss Myrna.
Yes, good morning, Belize, and good morning to everyone that is listening to Channel 5. Singles Connect is an idea that started from speaking with single people.
Okay.
A little survey, right, Ash?
Right.
A little survey, and we feel like we have something very entertaining and very classy for those who want to be coming. The idea simply is to have people meet in a safe place, very classy place, enough security, enough parking, and we will be able to either you establish a business connection, increase your network, or you'll find love.
I like that they talk about networking.
Yeah.
I could definitely use another job.
So Ash, let's get you in. How does the event work? What I have to do when I reach out as a single man or as a single woman?
Well, when you come to the Single Connect, the first thing you do, you take a shot at the door.
Yeah,
so,
I saw that. There's something there.
So you feel comfortable. If you don't drink, that's fine too. You just come up, mingle with people, man. Check out if you're a guy, talk to the ladies, say if there's somebody there that you could find that connection with. Or if you're a business-minded person and you want to network, you could do that, like she said. But basically, we will have some fun activities at the event as well. You know, the famous Pop the Balloon game. We're going to do that there, you know.
The famous Pop the Balloon game?
Famous Pop the Balloon game. Like, you know, when you line up the ladies and then the guy come out and if she likes them, she don't pop a balloon.
Clearly, I have not been understanding how this. No.
You don't know about that? You don't know about that?
This is a new game, and they also have the Jamaican version.
It's a vibe.
So we're gonna be.
It's a really cool game.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Pop the balloon.
Pop the balloon, and of course.
Yes, other entertainment.
Yeah, and of course, you know, Ash Belize will be dropping some nice music for keep the vibes nice and everything like that. It's gonna be a really nice time, and I just encourage everybody to come out and. Yeah.
What should people be looking forward to from this event?
The most.
The most.
Yeah.
Connections.
Yes.
Good
Get to know new people, especially like-minded people. We believe that serious people are gonna come out. I mean, professionals and people of value.
I'll tell you something. I really appreciate this because I think most of the time Belize is so small and we feel like we can't venture outside of our little village or town or municipality to meet new people, whether that be for relationships or for networking purposes. So I do appreciate that.
Is the event organized to bring people to form couples?
Not necessarily, but to bring people together and whatever. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
But this is the idea.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so at the end of the day, you come single and you might leave coupled, but that's not necessarily the purpose. It's to network, build friendships,
meet new people,
have an atmosphere where you can enjoy yourself, come out, relax. I mean, like, after a hard week of work, we believe that this is.
It's definitely a new way to do this. Yeah.
Will you have a way to verify at the door that that person actually single?
We are not responsible. Disclaimer: we are not responsible. We are not responsible.
But like you said, it's not just to find a relationship, right? It's to network with other businesses.
Couples can come because they also can, establish other connections and make new friends.
I like the disclaimer.
I do like the disclaimer as well. But I appreciate the incentive.
Yeah.
So what do people have to do in order to perhaps get a reservation or get a ticket to this event?
Well, there's a number right there. You could call her at 673-3187, or you could call Hakeem Shapirad at 225-2500 for reserve your space. And I'm pretty sure space limited by now. But yeah, and you could also pay at the door if you don't make a reservation.
And when and what time?
The event is November 2nd and it's starting at 9 p.m. So
that is not a business networking connection.
It is.
9 p.m. That you wrap up in my bed. I am not.
Come on. I mean, it's
that is for the young persons.
Not necessarily. We don't discriminate. We want people of all ages because we know that there is value in all different ages, experience, and of course young.
Can you just do it at 7 p.m. where I could eat?
Hey, you could come early, eat, and then you go upstairs.
And I'm sure that Hakeem will have food and, sale, drinks and everything. So it's going to be very nice. And just to put an incentive up there, those who sign up for be part of the Balloon, the Belize edition, we're going to have gift from
courtesy Cellular World. So big up to Cellular World, giving us some gift to give away for that.
We also want to big up this beautiful flyer that was printed by Norman's Printing, and of course designed by Ash.
It is a beautiful
Belize,
flyer. It is a beautiful flyer. And so I'm still trying to figure out how it's going to work. So I go in, I get my shot at the door, etc. Do I get a name tag? Hello, my name is blah blah blah.
That's not a bad idea, but
that's not a bad idea.
I'm just asking
the idea was when people come in, they gather, and of course we're gonna break the ice with doing the events and activities. So.
So and
basically, you're gonna have a way how to engage with people.
Yeah, so you have a host.
Of course, it's a lovely host right there.
So you're gonna be the host.
Of course, you had to hype up everybody and
So we have Ash. We have Ash also that's gonna be hyping up the crowd.
So it's an organized event.
Yes, it's an organized event officially.
So when you get there, you could be prepared for us guiding you through the night and stuff like that.
So we're not gonna just bring you in.
No awkward silences, no awkward, because it is meeting new people, right?
Yes,
and some people are introverted.
But we're gonna bring it together so that it could be warm. And you have your personality that you bring to it. So
how long is the show? Is this event?
It's
going
9
for?
to 2 p.m.
9 to 2
a.m. Sorry, 2
a.m.
2 a.m. My bad.
So 9 to 2 a.m. So you almost.
It's a night of.
You got a lot of time.
You will be able to participate in the activity, but we know it's not a games night. So you're gonna participate in the activity. You're gonna space it out. You're gonna have your drinks. You're gonna have your food, and of course you're gonna be able to dance and be entertained.
I want to be there for when the games start. No, I will start at midnight.
Yeah,
because that's when you've been there long enough. You're comfortable.
Right.
You've had some drinks. The real fun stuff.
The real single people will probably not be there. The real single people will be sleeping by 9 o'clock, like myself.
You can't speak for everybody else.
Yeah.
So it goes until 2 a.m.
Yes.
And it starts at 9 p.m.
Yes.
Food's on sale.
Food's on sale, drinks on sale.
Okay,
Might
good.
even give away some drinks too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there will be giveaways and prizes throughout the night and for the games and activities.
How many people are we looking at in terms of the
I think
spaces are limited.
Upstairs hold like 200.
Oh wow, that is a big event.
Yeah. Okay.
It's I appreciate it because I've never heard about something like this been happening in Belize, and it is definitely something that I think it's a new way to meet new people. Tired of people that add people on Facebook, you know, just do something else.
You know, I really want to help on the single people out there too, you know.
I know Ash came in and you know what he said? He's like, I need to help out my brother them. That is what he said.
I feel like
therefore
these days it's just too much playing around, man. They're like, what happened to all the
and the serious people, you want the serious people. So we have an event that is classy enough that will attract the young, the middle-aged, and you know, the most experienced people.
I love that she said that.
What's the cost of the event?
It's $25 to enter.
So you pay at the door?
Yeah, you can pay at the door.
You can pay at the door, you can reserve with tickets. It's best you reserve your tickets so you're sure that you will be there.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, so any final thoughts from both of you as we wrap up this conversation?
Why should people
Hakeem,
come?
Shipyard, Singles Connect.
I would say come and, you know, for the experience. You know, it's the first time I actually see it happening in Belize like this.
Yeah.
So come, it's something new. Maybe you would enjoy it. Bring out, I know I said bring out your partner. Bring out your partner, but come and enjoy
Bring out
it.
your friends.
Bring out
your friends. Yeah, you can come as a group, right?
As a
bring
group.
up your friends.
Girls.
Have a girls' night.
Girls' night,
Guys'
night.
Yeah.
We want lots of guys.
It's a perfect night for the guys. We got a lot of friends. We're single. Bring me out.
Come through, yes.
Be an excellent wingman.
Yes, and one of the most important things that we want to ensure that we highlight before we leave is the connection that we're making with Cellular World.
Right, big up Cellular World.
Big up Cellular World, and also Norman's Printing, which is right around the corner.
Somebody want no. Baby Island in there.
Oh my God.
The what?
Baby Island.
Why?
Well, this is not a Diddy event.
Oh, okay.
This is not a Diddy event. But when you said that, why should they come? Because the experience, like Ash said, the entertainment, and most importantly, be a part of history.
I like that. I really, really
It
like
was a light-hearted question, by the way.
But again, one more time, it's November 2nd, begins at 9 p.m. The flyer, I'm assuming the flyer is on your social media pages and so forth. So call to make your reservations. $25 is not bad to connect.
Yeah,
that's true.
let's encourage everyone to come out so there's a balance between males and
that one of the
females.
concerns for the females, you know. A lot of the messages are like, unsure a lot of men are there.
And I sure the men they think unsure a lot of
we know that they're gonna be there. The females are covered.
Great, well that's good.
But that's
good
what,
to
and
hear.
that's why I appreciated your comment because you're like you want the seriousness of relationships, and I think that's why a lot of people are single because they don't see the seriousness in the other person.
So we want to bring people with value.
I don't want to go for participate. I kind of want to go so I could do to a report. If I could just be an observer and like a fly on the wall and be like, this is how many females came.
Well, you know what's interesting?
I could write a paper.
April,
you can blog it.
I could blog about
what's interesting? You might go for that, and then before you know it, you're building conversation.
Anyways, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for coming. So one more time, Singles Connect is November 2nd at 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Reserve your tickets for $25 now, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This was a great conversation. But we do gotta go, Paul.
Yeah.
So we gotta say thank you to all of our guests for coming in and having the conversation with us. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in as you do every day, starting your morning right with us. If you have a birthday today, happy birthday to you. It's October 23rd. Happy birthday to you. And if you have a birthday shout out or just a question or a comment, drop us a line right here at OIE@channel5belize.com.
And of course, if you catch us on Facebook Live every single morning at Open Your Eyes, BC BBC.
And check out our highlights on Instagram at OYE Belize. And do us a favor and join us again tomorrow morning when you open your eyes.
And start your morning right.
Be sure to keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open.
We'll see you again tomorrow, Belize. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Was brought to you by SMART, bringing people together, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.